crushed the clap on that one. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bets and Breaks. What's so funny, Abby? Abby's really...
You struggle with your claps on this show specifically.
Somebody who just said that they were just in a brain fog is coming at me hot. Starting the day.
You got to air her out now.
It's the MO.
Yeah, she's in a, what does she call it? Mr. Krabs?
Brain fog.
The meme.
The meme. If you know what I'm talking about.
Everything is just blurry for her
We
today.
can clip it in. You'll at the bottom of the screen. That's how I feel this morning.
We're trying to figure out what psychedelic she did this morning.
Don't
We're
even
just
put
kidding.
That on camera. No.
I'm kidding. I'm the owner of the business. I'm joking about it. I would be like concerned for you if we were seriously wondering what psychedelic you did.
Just tired, I guess.
But your hair looks great. You just got
I cut my hair this morning. I cut off 6 inches, and I told them I think the brain cells went with it. I don't know what's going on.
That's right. You got a full day to bounce back.
Yeah, and we have a fun show today too. We're gonna get into it. You ready?
And your blazer matches your eyeshadow.
Yes, I did the whole. Oh my gosh, here we go. I did the whole blue eyeshadow, blue mascara, blue blazer.
Killed it.
If you could see my shoes, I have blue in my shoes too.
Oh, that's
nice. These are actually the Final Four version, special edition from Utah. Whatever, they're really cool.
Those are fire. Yeah.
But this is not a shoe show, so we're gonna give you some sports news.
Yes.
Quick rundown. Again, we had a show yesterday, so not too much happened
24
in 24 hours, but we do have a couple pieces of info.
Yeah, there's some stuff.
First off, it is week 0, meaning we've got college football this weekend, and this will be the first Saturday. There will be no more Saturdays without college football.
That's crazy.
Joe was very excited about that.
He was.
Yeah, it's like Christmas.
Yeah.
I was going to say he sounded like a kid on Christmas as he was sitting here setting up the set, letting us know. That doesn't mean LSU for our, oh my goodness, for our local watchers, LSU is next weekend. But you've got some Navy, Florida's next Thursday. It's starting up. Probably some good games to bet.
This Saturday. Who's the first? Who is it?
There's a whole list of games, but
Gotcha.
Notre Dame plays Navy in Ireland.
Gotcha. In Ireland.
That's
really cool.
That's really
so it's a home game
awesome.
for Notre Dame.
Yeah, exactly. That's freaking awesome.
That was funny. NFL news: the Ravens' preseason winning streak snapped after 6 years. They were on a 24-game streak. No longer.
That's wild.
That's kind of a lock. I hate betting on preseason. You see too many non-starters, and you never know which way it could go. But a lot of people would bet on the Ravens because of that streak. For 6 years, they haven't lost a preseason game, and they lost last night. So I'm sure there's some people out there that aren't too happy about that one.
Yeah, but I mean, if you've been betting it for this long, and it's been 6 years, you've had a good run.
Right. You had a good run. Yeah. It was bound to happen. Yeah. It happened last night.
Yeah, part of it.
Switching to MLB, Aaron Boone
on the hot seat.
Is on the hot seat.
Get him out.
Yankees manager might be out. Really? Is that how you feel? Tell us how you feel.
I kind of do. I'm ready for a change. I grew up a Yankee fan. And there's just something that's not right with the pulse of the Yankees right now. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. I like Aaron Boone a lot. Like, I really do. I just think it's time for a change. I think they need to have a turnover. The Yankees, they just do this every couple years where they're a little too old, and, they got to get some new guys in there. And so maybe that starts at the top of the chain. He's been ejected more than any manager this year by far, I think. So he's probably, there's just a lot of things writing on the wall where it's like, man, either that or we got to press reset and start next year and have a whole new team, have a whole new look, that kind of stuff. I know they've dealt with injuries and stuff this year, but still.
Being a Saints fan, I relate to that though. Like, you might have to just completely start from scratch at this point. With all the injuries and just the top not being what the top needs to be. Yeah, I get it. They
fired their hitting coach this year. It's just like little thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got to be, like, at some point, there's got to be the blame on him, like at some point. So, I don't know. That's it. I like Boone. I think he seems like a good manager. I think, DJ has said he likes playing for him and stuff. So I think from that perspective, as long as the players are happy, I want them to be happy. But as a fan, I might be ready for some change.
Well, he's on the hot seat.
I know.
People want him out, so we'll see what happens with that. Quick update from yesterday's show. We talked about the MLB making a decision on Wander Franco. He was placed on administrative leave as they continue the investigation. That is all we know, but it is official. He is on administrative leave. We just wanted to follow up from yesterday's show.
Yeah.
Moving over to the NBA. We won't stick on that topic for too long. The Sparks, WNBA, excuse me, The WNBA, the Sparks snapped a 13-game losing streak over the Aces, ironically enough. And they're currently riding a 4-game win streak, holding a 1.5 lead over the Chicago Sky for the 8th spot in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. WNBA, baby.
Pretty cool to snap a streak.
13. The Aces are nice too. They got a really good squad.
Aces.
Yeah, I think they have the best record in the NBA right now. WNBA.
Yeah. So how about this? The Sparks are 13-18. That's their overall record, and they're
going to be in
the playoffs
fighting for the
right
playoff
now.
spot.
Yeah.
Fighting for the playoffs.
They're in the playoffs as it sits. So
wow, that's pretty wild. So you'd be 5 games under 500 and be playoff team. Interesting. We got to clean the WNBA up a little bit. I think just like. We've talked about this a couple times, but like when your first round pick gets cut before she plays a game for you, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like they'll get drafted in April or June, whenever their draft is, and by July, August, right before their season starts, or in July before the season starts, they're cut after camp. That happened to Kayla Pointer last year. She was their 2nd round pick. Like it happens a lot. So I don't know. It's hard to get on board is what I'm saying, fan base, league wise,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. When you're doing that kind of stuff with your best players that are just drafted and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
That's kind of wild.
Yeah,
it's
weird.
tough. It's tough. I think it's I don't know. I don't know if it's the business model or what, but they got to figure out a way to get butts in seats first. Because if they can do that continuously, then obviously that problem goes away.
Yeah, true. I think they're starting though. I mean, you're starting to see more people come out and care about the women's sports, and I think they're doing a good job covering it more and making things more exciting, for the girls and that kind of stuff. So I think even talking to Teresa, I think, that there's a lot of developments and people investing in women's sports and stuff like that. So anxious to see how it goes. Did she ever sign with the Aces?
Actually should. So we're talking about Teresa Plaisance. She was with the Aces last year, won the championship. And I think she was talking about going back to Vegas. I know we ran into her in a gym that we were working out in, and she's got some other teams offering more money, but she said she wants to win another ring. So I will touch base with her and see what she's up to. But she did talk about how they're coming a long way with the way that they push women's sports. And she said Vegas's fan base loves the WNBA. They get all kinds of love over there, which is great.
Cool. Yeah.
But it's still not up to par with where it needs to be. I think, I don't know if it's the system. I don't know what it is, but hearing that they're cutting their draft picks before they even play something's not right there.
Yeah, and I don't say that whenever I say they got to figure out how to get butts in seats. I don't say that to take a shot at the WNBA.
No.
But I say that because you have people in locally like Angel Reese and Flau'jae Johnson saying that they're in no rush to get to the WNBA. Exactly. They can make more money in college. And so to me, if I'm the WNBA from a business standpoint, that's a problem we got to fix pretty quickly.
100%. 100%. Great point. Yep.
Look at you.
I love it.
Brain on fire this morning. Mm-hmm. All right. And James Harden was fined for his comments he made calling Daryl Morey a liar.
You can't call your owner a liar and just
no way.
Just go out in the public and bash him and not be
Guess not. The NBA launched that inquiry, but fined what, $100K?
I no joke. I know we talked about it on the show when he came out and said that. For some reason, like when I first read it, I was thinking he was a free agent and he was just trying to just push Philadelphia far away from his camp. And then I'm like, oh shit, no, he's still on the team. Yeah. Like he's just bashing his current owner. Like that's wild to me.
Yeah, you can't have that.
That's tough.
No bueno for the culture.
I think he was maybe just looking at that $100K as a loss and being like, maybe if I do this, they'll force me out. Like they'll have to trade me.
Except like we said yesterday, it does not look like it's going to happen. Yeah. So that makes things really awkward.
It's like an adult. It's like a next level temper tantrum.
Truly.
It's really what he's doing, basically.
Okay, like I said, not too much going on within the last 24 hours, but that was your sports rundown.
Yes.
Now we're going to talk betting. Not the best night for Anthony and I, or actually the whole team here.
Well, you didn't lose, technically.
Okay, but was it necessarily
Joe
good?
Joe didn't make his picks.
Yeah.
Whoa, but no, it was bad for me. I went 0-2. We had void games, so your Julio pick did not count, so it was void. He sat out Monday night, probably rested. And then, I went 0-2. One of my games I never heard this wet grounds. Like they canceled the Angels and the Reds game for wet grounds, so I don't know what that means, but they're playing again tonight. So that one was void, but I went 0-2 on my other two picks. Aaron Nola didn't get 6 strikeouts, and the Braves did not score in the first.
Huh?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
Where was that Angels game played or supposed to be played?
In L.A.
So I guess it was the Hurricane.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Oh yeah, Hurricane
Forgot
Hillary.
about that. That's right. It's so crazy just to think about California having a hurricane, but yeah, that's what we have to deal with. So my record is now 4-5 on the year, and if you were betting a unit per pick, you are minus 0.3 units. You're down $30 with my bets. But the good thing is Abby is 1-1, and if you're following her bets, you are still up $400, 4 units.
Let's go.
So B&B total plus 3.7 units. Good job, Abby. Keep it up.
So I'm gonna still ride it out.
I like it. You're staying with it.
Yeah. If he didn't play yesterday, he got some good rest.
Yep.
I think he comes back. He needs. Let's see if the line's
That's what I was
changed.
going to say. Yeah, maybe the line has changed.
Because yesterday he needed over 1.5 hits.
Correct.
Which,
so today
with the streak he was on,
was looking good.
Felt like a no-brainer, but.
And the Mariners absolutely raked yesterday. So if he was in the lineup, something tells me he was probably getting a hit. Let's see. Did you look up the line?
I gotta stop saying T. I'm so sorry.
T?
T.
What is that?
Oh no.
I'm missing it.
That you don't know what tea is?
No, I mean like you're saying like spill the tea, like
that kind of
thing.
thing.
That kind of tea. I just didn't know in what
I don't
context.
know. The word tea just comes out of my mouth anytime somebody says anything interesting.
Julio,
habit.
it is 1 point, so over 1.5, but it's plus value, so plus 160. So if you bet 1 unit, you're winning $160. So how much units you want to bet? I'm only betting because I have 4 picks today and the home run, so I'm only betting a half a unit on all 4 of my picks and then $25 on the parlay. So again, my units are $100 when I talk about units. So for half a unit pick, I'm betting $50. What do you want your picks to be?
Pressure. Come back to me. Wait. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
With plus 160 odds, I feel like you don't have to bet as much, right? You don't need to bet the full unit. So I would bet like $25 or $50, like if I were betting on that pick.
But wait, that's not the only thing I'm picking, remember?
That's right. Wait, are you parlaying them all?
Yeah. I'm riding with
I love it.
Julio Rodriguez to get over a hit and a half. But I'm doing a year fee.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to pose a question to you.
Okay.
Braves play the Mets, Dodgers play the Guardians, and Sox play the Astros. Should I take just the Braves or both? Well, obviously, I feel like I should take just the Braves in that game to score in the first.
Yep.
Dodgers, Guardians, do I take either of them? I know that gives you better odds.
Yep.
So you win less money, but if I'm parlaying this, would it be smarter to take just the Braves to score in the first just to kind of hopefully make some more money? Take both the Dodgers and the Guardians and the Sox and the Astros?
So it just depends on your comfortability of risk. So I would say if I were you, I would parlay them all and put the least amount of money on that because you have the most amount to win with the positive odds, right? So say you're comfortable betting $20 today, right? That's your comfortable level. Maybe you do 10, half of that $20 on just the Braves plus 160, and then put 10 on the Braves and then the Dodgers, Guardians, and then the Sox, Astros. So that's how I would do it if I were you, if you were betting $20.
So 10 just on the Braves and then 10 on a parlay of Braves, Dodgers, Astros.
That way, if the Braves hit, right, you get your $10 back. You'll probably make about $15 or $16. So you'll have that. And then if the parlay doesn't hit, you're still up $6. You know, on your day overall, or you're only down $4 on the day. You know what I'm saying?
Now, where do I throw in the Rodriguez bet? Like, is that just a standalone thing?
I think that's its standalone thing. Yeah. I think again at plus 160, I think you throw another however much you're comfortable, but a fraction of your unit on that. So I would do the Julio one by itself, then
Braves.
Yeah. So we'll do Braves, your fee, and
by
then
itself, and then the parlay,
Braves, your fee, and then
Dodgers,
Dodgers, Guardians. Oops, that's not how you spell Guardians.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it.
I feel like that's pretty safe.
I like that one a lot, actually. I do.
Every time I say I feel like that's pretty safe, it doesn't work.
I don't know. What do you mean? You're 1-1.
You're carrying bets and breaks right now, so
yeah.
You're right.
You are.
Come on, you gotta pick up a little slack.
I know.
There.
I feel good about my bets today. We'll see. I said I didn't feel great about them yesterday. I wasn't in love with them on Monday. Monday games always make me nervous, right? There's not as many people in the stands. Like the weekend games have way more, I don't know, just better focused results. I guess you can like predict a little bit more. Weekdays are weird. People are just, travel days, all that stuff. People aren't playing, right? Like Julio took the day off. So it's just weird results. So I wasn't confident yesterday. I feel a little better today. Tuesday's still not a great day, but there's full slate. The one I feel most confident in, over 8.5 runs. I was so surprised that the run line was 8.5 runs. Carlos Rodon has been absolutely abysmal for the Yankees this year. He's been getting lit up, and he hasn't pitched past like the 4th inning in any of his games. So I don't know. With an 8.5 run line and Josiah Gray, he gives up a lot of home runs playing at Yankee Stadium. I think that one's going to go over. That's -1.5, which means it's almost even money. So I felt good about that. I would place half a unit on that one. Then I'm going to go with a 2-pick same game parlay. So I'm going to take the Yerfie for the Mets and the Braves. The Mets are the worst team in the league in giving up first inning runs. The Braves are the best at scoring first inning runs. To me, that's a no-brainer. They didn't do it yesterday, which means the odds are more likely for it to happen today. And I'm going to parlay that with that game going over 8.5 runs. The run line for that game is like 11, so 8.5 is a little safer play. And parlaying them together gets you at +110. So I'm going to throw a half a unit on that. I'm sticking with my bet from yesterday, the over of the 9.5 for the Reds and Angels. Graham Ashcraft gives up a lot of home runs. Lucas Giolito hasn't been great since he's been traded to the Angels, so I like that one. Then this one is the one I don't feel as confident about. Stroh's -1.5 at home against the Red Sox. It's +136, so I liked the odds on that one just like for the value. But I don't love the -1.5. They did beat them yesterday, but they got swept last weekend, so a little hesitant there. But if you parlay them all together, you get +1,800 odds, and I'm going to throw $25 on that, and we'll see how we go. So we got 4 picks. I'll have 4 picks and my parlay, and then we got the home run lottery for today. We didn't hit it yesterday.
No. Schwarber hit.
Schwarber did hit, and I celebrated really hard in here for no reason. I don't know why. I just thought I called it like live. Anyway.
I mean, that's exciting.
It was exciting, but I still needed the other ones to hit.
This was like a whole ordeal all day because we couldn't figure out why the Angels game was not on DraftKings. Yeah. We're like, when are they going to update it? Something must be going on. Sure enough, the game got moved, obviously. So we had to switch picks because we had Ohtani in that home run parlay. So we went with, who was it? Schwarber. Did we go with Alonzo?
Olsen and Alonzo.
Yeah, you placed the bet.
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't hit.
Also, everybody else for the Braves and the Mets hit homers, it feels like, but not Olsen and Alonzo.
Can't win them all.
Yeah, that's it. It's part of it. So we bounce back today.
One would be nice every now and then.
Yeah,
but...
it would be nice. Right?
So today, Castellanos.
Yeah, so for the Phillies, again, I study trends, or I like trends, right? Schwarber hits a home run. Usually Castellanos or Bohm are the next ones that hit. Like, it's just like the way their games go. Or Harper. Bohm hit one last night. Schwarber hit one last night. I'm going with Castellanos today. Bryce Harper hit an inside the park home run last night too, which was wild. So that was kind of cool. But those 3 guys hit homers. I'm like, Castellanos is due. So they're at home. I like that one. Then Olsen hasn't hit a home run in a game or 2. He's got 43 on the year. I like the odds of him hitting one in the next couple games. Same with Ohtani. Same with Freeman. He's got, almost 30 home runs this year. Been a staple in their lineup. And then Judge at Yankee Stadium. Josiah Gray has given up a lot of home runs this year. So all 5 of them together get you +136,000 odds, which is super fun because just $5 would win you $6,000. And then we also did.
This is where you get me.
I got just another
$5 would win you $6,000, right? That's what I was thinking because we said the same thing yesterday. I got $5. I can put $5 on that.
And all you need to do.
That's how they get you.
And then you can round robin it, right? So when the odds are that high, I like throwing $1 on all 3 different, so basically you can take different combinations of all of them. You just throw $1 on it. You can still bet $1. So you bet it 10 ways. You bet $10, but if all of them hit, you could technically win another $3,000. So that would be cool. But it also, if only 2 or 3 of them hit, you can still make a little bit of money back. So at betting $15 or $20, you're going to make all your money back basically if 3 of them hit. So if 3 of the 5 hit, we're going to make money tonight.
I guess we're placing
bets
that
and
bet,
breaks.
Joe.
I'm saying bets and breaks. We're a community here.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So played with that a little bit. We're in $25 total for the home run ticket. I threw it in on behalf of bets and breaks already. So if we win, I'll give you guys a few bucks.
That'd be
get
huge.
a small cut.
He goes, that'd be huge.
Yeah. So I just did a little risk reward here on that. So let's say with this type of odds, let's say you put $5 on a home run parlay like this, every single day. You could do that every single day. Well, it's going to cost you about $170 a paycheck every 2 weeks. Which
that's $5 a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So over the course of a year, it would cost you $1,820 to bet $5 a day for a home run parlay like this. Where if you hit a 6,000, like you win 6,000, well, that just covered almost a little over 3 years worth of betting.
Yeah.
So I'm in. I'll do it.
When you put it that way, it actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
The lottery sounds really good.
Yeah. I'll take my chances that I can hit one in the next 365 days.
I think that's what the lottery is banking on every night when people come home from work. They're like, you know what? It's just $3. I'm just today's the day. $3.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, but that's why we gamble. That's it. But that's what makes it fun. And when Kyle Schwarber hits a home run last night at 8:15 on a meaningless Monday night, I'm running around my shop like I won the World Series, So it just makes things fun.
You've been doing a lot of celebrating this week, huh?
Yeah, I like this.
Last
I'm a
night,
happy
the
person.
Casino on Saturday.
I'm a happy person. I'm very optimistic, That's it. That's
All
the way
right,
I like to choose my life. Yeah.
Y'all got me again.
All right, good. All right, and we'll go down quick breaking news. Breaking news. Wow, you see that? When I say breaking, I meant card breaking, hobby breaking, but a little bit of breaking news. Panini no longer has the license for sports cards anymore for the NFL. So it's kind of crazy, which is wild for products that are coming out. They'll no longer have NFL logos. There's a bunch of reports coming. This is still very, very early. On Friday, we'll probably have a lot better news and solutions about it. 'Cause I don't really know what it means and how it's going to affect the market, but it's definitely going to affect the market. It'll be interesting to see.
So we don't know why?
Well, Fanatics / Topps and Panini are in lawsuit battle right now. So I think it's a move by Fanatics, honestly. So they basically went in there and accelerated. They have the licenses in 3 years, but then they somehow negotiated a deal where it's effective immediately. But Panini came out today and said something like they still have some NFL licenses and 360 players. There's just a lot of things that are trickling out. On Friday, we'll have some more.
A better rundown.
Yeah, exactly. As the dust settles, we'll have some more direction and probably some information of how it's going to affect the market.
So this obviously makes it a little bit, it makes the future of cards, at least the near future of cards, a little bit gray. But what does it do for the last 2 to 3 years of cards that are all Panini certified, all that kind of stuff? I would imagine that would boost
Kinda
the market
raise
for
it.
that.
I think so too. Yeah. I think even nowadays when you see a Topps Chrome card from the late 90s, early 2000s, where now Topps can't make basketball cards, those things are coveted. It's just something different. It feels nostalgic. It feels throwback. So I don't know. I'm anxious to see how it's going to go. We'll see.
Yeah, I feel like it raises the collectible value of the things that have already been put out.
Exactly. Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see how Topps then, tries to create a demand for their cards in the NFL world. Is it Topps Chrome? Is it a new product? Do they try to compete with Prism and National Treasures, and all this stuff? So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, that kind of feels contradicting because, wouldn't you be raising the stock of Panini?
Right. But not if Panini no longer exists.
Oh.
So maybe their secondary market, but Panini's not seeing any money off of that stuff. It would be I have a bunch of.
So you as the buyer, as
the
the
winner,
collector.
Yeah. But Panini's now out of business because they can't make new product that has the NFL logo on it that people want. So there's no demand for it anymore. And now Topps has all the demand. So
that's big. Yeah, we'll have more of a rundown on Friday, hopefully.
But if you're an owner of the cards that are already out, that's great news for you.
Right? If I got all these Joe Burrow cards that no one else can have, that they never make another Panini Joe Burrow card, rookie card, now I'm holding the bag, I don't know, but we'll see. It's interesting.
T.
Yeah.
That was T.
That was correct usage.
That makes sense. When she said it like that, I understood it contextually.
Yeah.
Earlier, I was like,
what?
Tea? No, thank you. I don't like tea. I don't want any. Thank you. I have coffee. I'm good. Shout out my guy Corey. We always shout him out and show him some love at Rated Rouge Collectibles. We have new product coming out tomorrow, Luminance. It's an NFL Panini product, but they've already printed it, obviously, so it's going to have all the teams, guys, all that stuff. It is releasing tomorrow. Corey is filling a break right now, so if you guys are not in his Facebook group, make sure you guys go join that, and you guys can get in the break. We'll be supplying him for that kind of stuff going forward. And another news, Whatnot came out with some interesting stuff yesterday. They sent an email to all the sellers updating their terms and conditions where wild enough, you're not allowed to gamble anymore. So, Whatnot sellers have been doing gamified things, putting bounties out there. Backyard Breaks just actually put out a bounty, probably the last one that you'll see. That's big. $150,000 for this Brock Purdy 1/1 card. So basically a bounty
I was going to say, what's a bounty?
So basically this breaking company, right, said, hey, we'll pay somebody $150,000 if you get this card in our break. So it encourages people to break with them, right? Most people are not going to get that card. So they're filling all their orders. They're making money, right? But the second somebody does get that card out of their break, they're going to write a $150,000 check, give it to them, and they keep the card. So that's basically it. It incentivizes people to break with them and rip with them and all that shit. But basically, that's what Whatnot came out and said is no longer allowed anymore. And yeah, so there's going to be a lot of kickback. It just happened this morning. Yeah, so this is very, very breaking news. Again, on Friday, we'll probably have a lot of information, hobby feedback, how people are taking it, how it's going to affect sales. But yeah, so if you guys are looking for a Brock Purdy card or whatever, and this is the last time that you'll have a bounty opportunity for that.
So I wonder what that does for example, since we're talking about Backyard Breaks, let's stick on them. I guess starting Monday, they won't be able to have bounties where they're advertising that they'll buy cards from people, but they can still buy cards from people. They just can't advertise it, right?
I think so. And that's where I think the dust is going to settle the next couple of days. Yeah, exactly. And we're going to figure out who's going to push those limits, who's going to not. I think we said something about gamifying things, right, too? So, like, you can't play a game. You basically...
the ducks? Like the ducks we were talking about yesterday?
Like a duck race? So you can't do a duck race anymore.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Again, it's very new. We're figuring it out. There's a lot of legal jargon in that email that was sent out. We'll probably put it in show notes or something, where you guys can go find that. We'll probably post about it on social media. So make sure you follow us and everything there. And we'll definitely be reporting this as it comes out. But it's definitely some interesting news. And definitely going to affect Whatnot and their business plan, I think, right? And especially as eBay and Fanatics continue to develop and try to get market share, Whatnot is going to be, we'll see. It's interesting because a lot of people go there for the entertainment value. I mean, even Tommy, right, talks about it, how it sucks you in the game, the gamifying it, the gambling part of it. And that's what we do. We talk here about how cards and ripping and collecting are all, similar. But apparently Whatnot's not going to be allowed to do that anymore. So
what's that? They're not they're not necessarily a gambling company, so they have to protect themselves against liability.
Exactly. Yeah, you need licenses and stuff like all that stuff for gambling. Basically, that you can't require a purchase to get entered into these contests, right? Like that kind of thing. No purchase required. You got to figure out a way to do that and give away stuff for free, like actually for free without people having to pay for something.
Yeah, I wonder what the cost would be to just get all that licensing, because it almost feels like they're going to take a bigger hit by not getting that.
Yeah. And they Whatnot just comes out and says we're a gambling company now. We're a casino. Yeah. That's interesting. I wonder how that would go though in different states where things are legal, and like that's where you probably have so many regulations.
You open a can of worms there, I think.
It's crazy, but it's just so funny how like you can see how policies, terms and conditions, things like that can affect business models. People might have a huge breaking service centered around these games and things like that, and now it's just gone. You know what I'm saying? And for the last 2 years, you just had this business online.
And that's true. They'd lose a lot of their market too, because a lot of their market's probably not over 21.
Correct.
So that is tricky.
That's what I'm saying. It is like, so yeah, it's going to be an interesting world in the breaker stuff coming up. But again, we'll be sharing it with you. Follow us on social. We'll be pumping out some stuff as we hear new stuff, and as the hobby responds, because that's the biggest thing, right? How the market is going to respond. How are people going to shop now? What are they going to do? How are they going to audible? What kind of shows are they going to run? We'll see. Interesting. Yeah. Good to go. We'll see you guys Friday. It is live, so make sure you guys check us out. Thank you guys for being here. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. See y'all Friday.